They were all covered in pollen and dirt and stuff from oh Lord, oh Jesus. But when it's all said and done, I just don't think that the positives outweigh the negatives anymore. When you're gonna do something like this, you're gonna commit a lot of time to it. Like, I commit a lot of time to this 75 hard. Ask her. I mean.
Yeah.
See? You can't argue with that.
Yeah, still got, a long ways to go. Still got to lose that belly for sure. Got to lose those love handles, but man, that is a huge difference. Good morning. This is day 63, 75 hard. Rainy morning here. Don't know why I'm awake so early, but I'm wide awake. Got some creatine here. And electrolytes. And I just want to say thank you to anybody who has subscribed, commented, liked, interacted with my videos in any way. Doing this for 75 days in a row. Y'all, those little interactions and stuff, they're what keeps me going. It's not easy every day, so thank you so much.
I begin every day by reading my Bible, reading my 10 pages, journaling, and then spending a little bit of time in Duolingo.
Okay, it is now about 9 a.m. Finished up all of the morning routine, everything. It was raining whenever I woke up this morning, so that's why it took me longer to kind of get everything done and to finally get out and get moving. But we are gonna go down to the park and get a walk in. It is Sunday, so gonna do my best to make it a real active rest day, which means nothing super crazy or anything like that. So we'll get this walk-in done before church, then we'll go to church, then after church, we'll be able to go weigh in and kind of see what our results look like for the second time weighing in on this other machine that we've started weighing in on. So really curious to see what the results look like since I've been eating higher calorie this week. And hopefully that new machine gave us a good baseline last week.
Little boat going down the river there. You don't see that very often in this area. My wife washed my zapatos. They were all covered in pollen and dirt and stuff from oh Lord, oh Jesus, my God. almost fell and died. Oh gosh, I hope I got that. I just went ice skating like on land. Man, what is happening here? We can't walk side by side here. I'm like in some muddy stuff.
Just talking about your shoes being clean and you're all sliding into mud.
For real. Whew, almost did the splits, y'all. God dog, I almost inadvertently dropped it. All these little flowers. I don't know what kind of tree that is. Sure is pretty though when it blooms. So if you followed my journey at all up to this point, you know that in addition to 75 hard, there are some other things that I do every single day, such as journal and read my Bible and Duolingo and stuff. But one of the other ways that I chose to challenge myself with 75 hard, since I don't drink alcohol, never have, was I deleted all of my social media. And I mean all of it, y'all. Like everything, not even like news forums and stuff like that. And now it's been over 2 months since I've gone without any social media whatsoever. And my goal this year was to consume less and create more. And I definitely think I've done that. I mean, just in the sense that I've created as many videos as I've created, and I've spent time editing them and putting them out and just pouring my time into more meaningful things than just doom scrolling over things and everything. The only things that I actually miss up to this point are memes and Facebook Marketplace. Other than that, I think all of the effects have been really positive. So for instance, something that you may view as a downside of like, well, social media is a good way to stay connected with people that you don't normally see. And I agree it is. But now, whenever I see people at church and everything, used to, we had an idea of kind of what was going on in each other's life because, you know, we're connected on social media. And now it's like, you know, I see them and I'm like, man, what's been up? You know, we actually have something to talk about because I have no idea what's been going on in their life and they have no idea what's been going on in my life. So that in-person human connection is more meaningful, I find. Now, there are people that I don't see who I do find myself kind of wondering, you know, I wonder what they're doing or missing them or whatever. But I think that creates an opportunity to be more overt in reaching out to those people, sending them a text message, hey, you know, what's going on in your life or whatever, right? And that's more meaningful than just kind of creating a post and throwing it out to the wind. And you never really know who sees them or whatever because a lot of people don't interact with them. So I enjoy what it's doing for the human connection side of things. In addition to that, this one may sound silly to people, but it's actually something I've really enjoyed a lot, is back when I was in high school, at the boom of wrestling craze, when the WWF Attitude Era, Stone Cold, The Rock, Mankind, all those guys were going, and then in WCW, the NWO was super hot, and everybody was a wrestling fan. And I was the biggest of all, right? And back then, I didn't have internet connection, so I couldn't go onto a wrestling forum and read about all the news and kind of have things spoiled for me, you know, what surprises were potentially coming or anything. So when I watched wrestling every week, it was truly, genuinely a surprise to me whatever happens. And that's kind of where I've been back at, you know, now. Outside of, you know, a couple times my friends sending me something, you know, about a rumor or a story or whatever, and I've asked them not to, because I'm really enjoying this process, but it's really brought something back that, you know, I think social media and just always being connected has kind of ruined, at least in the field of wrestling, because wrestling is scripted, you know, and you want to be surprised, you want to, you know, not know what's coming next, and I have that back again. TEDxing. And then a couple other components, if I could kind of sum up my experience with no social media, is the marketplace. Man, that's the biggest hole in my life right now, in my heart. But I will say there's an upside to it, and that's I've spent less money on there because, you know, you get on there and you find something that's like, I don't really need that, but it's such a good deal. I mean, I might as well get it, you know? But on the flip side, I have a buttload of stuff right now that I need to actually sell, and like, where else are you going to sell it at? You know, outside of marketplace, holding a garage sale or whatever. But a lot of the stuff I want to sell is difficult to sell in a garage sale. So I think what I'm going to do when the 75 days is over is I think I'm going to create a dummy account where I don't have any friends or anything, and I just use it for marketplace. Now, whether or not people will actually sell to me or let me buy from them with an account like that may be another story. But I do miss marketplace. It is valuable. The other thing, though, and I think this is probably the biggest upside to everything, is, you know, so much of what I started to just not enjoy about social media is all the political stuff that gets posted on there. Because I can get really wrapped up into that, you know, admittedly. I have some strong feelings, you know, about different people and things like that. And it can really start to get deep into my spirit. And it's funny when, like, I don't watch any news or anything unless something major comes up, you know, then I may tune into it. But for the most part, I don't regularly watch any news at all. And I don't have any news being kind of crammed down my throat or just thrown in my face because I'm not on anything. So it's amazing how the world doesn't look so bad whenever you don't constantly have that bad stuff, you know, popping up in front of your eyes. I know there's problems in the world. I know that there are serious things that, you know, need to be addressed and everything. But here in my little part of the world, honestly, for the most part, they just don't matter, you know? And life is just brighter and happier without that constant barrage of negativity, you know, coming at me. So for all that to be said, you know, the only other component of social media that I've kind of always valued is that it's almost like a living chronicle of your life. depending on, you know, what you post and everything like that. And I always thought, well, maybe one day my kids would, you know, when I'm gone, because I know I've done it with family members I've lost, like my grandma and stuff, go back and look at their social media timeline, and you get an insight into like what they really liked, what they enjoyed, what they found humor in, and you know, there's something nostalgic about it, and you feel like you're connecting with them a little bit. So I've always enjoyed that component, where it felt like, you know, to a degree I was documenting a part of my life that could be looked back on one day. But when it's all said and done, I just don't think that the positives outweigh the negatives anymore. I really don't. So for me, short of the balance of trying to grow a YouTube channel and needing to have a presence out there somewhat, I just don't know that I'm going to return to social media, honestly. I would love to find a balance where I could have a presence on social media to promote my YouTube videos and connect with people and stuff, but I don't know what that looks like yet. So anyway, I just figured I'd share that because it's been a big part of this journey. It's been over 2 months for me, and I don't really have any intention, once the challenge is done, to go back to social media. There's one post that I have on my mind that I'm gonna make one of these days, but outside of that one post, I think I'm pretty much done. All right, so here's something. I didn't tell her I was gonna do this. Babe, what have been the things about me doing this 75 hard challenge that you, as my spouse, have appreciated, and the things that maybe you've not as appreciated as much?
Well, let's start with the not appreciating as much.
Oh, okay.
The camera. I do not appreciate the camera. Let's see, appreciating probably the consistency, because I respect that you are very consistent with your getting up pretty much at the same time every day, doing your morning thing, and it helps motivate me to also keep on my routine.
Okay. All right. And how has your journey gone?
Pretty good, I think. Not as fast as I want to, but you know.
How much weight have you lost at this point?
From the beginning?
Yeah.
Probably like 12 pounds.
12 pounds, that's good. Go this way.
Okay.
And what would you say, is it easier or harder to try to make a life change when your spouse is doing it or not doing it?
It's definitely easier when your spouse is doing it themselves.
Yes.
Also.
Yeah, I agree. Because when you're trying to make changes and stuff, if your spouse isn't kind of also trying to head in the same direction, you start to run into conflicts and stuff around what you're eating, the time that you're committing to, you know, to exercise and stuff. I mean, it may sound silly, but like when you're going to do something like this, you're going to commit a lot of time to it. Like I commit a lot of time to this 75 hard. Ask her. I mean,
Yeah.
see, you can't argue with that. But honestly, I mean, there are days where y'all have seen it, and even though I can't document the entire journey, but literally, I wake up, I do my routine for an hour, I go out, I work out, and I immediately start working. I get done with work, I do my second workout, and then I'm sitting and I'm editing for a couple hours and everything, and all of that is time that potentially, you know, we would be spending together as husband and wife, right? Or with the kids or whatever. And you got to have a spouse that kind of supports and understands why you're doing what you're doing, even if they don't fully understand it, you know. I don't think she has any desire to ever do 75 hard.
Nope.
But do you understand why I need to do it?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because it's good for you. And you're very, like, you have certain goals that you have to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm really good with words.
Yeah, she is. She's using her little app to figure out what kind of plant that is.
It is that.
Acuna.
Anakua.
Oh, Anacuna. Oh.
Heredia. Species of.
Yeah, I'm sure you pronounce that perfectly.
Also known as Nakaway, Anakwa, sandpaper tree, or Anachua.
Oh, cool. So apparently, according to this plant identifying app she found, that tree is only found here in Texas. It's the only place in the United States it's found. What other parts of the world though? Alaska?
I don't know. What's that?
Or wait, oh, that's just showing the US.
I don't know. Interesting.
But they said that it's
Native
called the, or affectionately known as the sandpaper tree due to the roughness of its leaves. So that would not be the one that you would want to grab to wipe with if you were in an emergency situation out
It
here.
has pretty little star-shaped flowers.
We'll leave it at the flowers. So we kind of screwed up. It's almost been 50 minutes and it's now 9:52. We've got to be at church at 11. We both have to get cleaned up and we're at least a good 20 minutes away from our car. So we are now trying to make it back to the vehicle. Oh, it's gonna be a rushed morning. All right, there it is. Hour and 12 minutes. We ended up jogging back the last part, so if you hear heavy breathing, that's what it is. 538 active calories, 688 total calories. I'll show you my heart rate. You can see it spiked there at the end when we were jogging back. But it is 10:17 now. It's gonna take us a few minutes to get home, then we're gonna have to do a quick change. Okay, it's now about 12 till 11. I'm all cleaned up, changed, ready to go. Dawn got her shower, she's fixing her hair. Hopefully we'll be out of the house here within the next couple minutes and at church on time. Okay, it's now about 1 o'clock. We're out of church and we are gonna go and weigh in and do our body scan. I did make a fatal flaw today, and that's I forgot to take a bottle of water with me to church, so I'm way behind on my water consumption. So whenever we get back, that means I'm going to be chugging water and peeing nonstop for the rest of the day. So that's lovely. All right, well, here are this week's results. We just got back from doing our scan, and the easiest way to kind of see the difference is right down here. So my weight dropped from 217.1 to 216.4. So lost, less than a pound this week. But I gained half a pound of muscle. So my skeletal muscle mass went from 89.5 to 90. And my percent body fat went from 27.7 to 27. And my body fat mass, I'm pretty sure it was 60 pounds last week, and this week it is now 58.6 pounds. So heading in the right direction, not bad for a vacation week as well, but it's definitely slowed down from the loss that I was seeing way early on. Yeah, and here we go. Here's the body fat mass. So from last week, 60.2 pounds to 58.4. So still almost 2 pounds of fat loss and a half pound of muscle gained. That's definitely heading in the right direction. I also did the Zozo suit. I didn't show myself putting it on or anything, but if you want to see what that thing looks like, I've got some older videos, and me in the suit is on the thumbnail, so you can go check that out. But let's see what the scan looks like this week. It normally always hurts my feelings. So this week's scan shows that everything other than my shoulders has gone down in size. There's my profile of the scan. The one that I think says the most, though, is when I go out here to go to the side-by-side. And this is kind of a side-by-side from last week to this week, which I do see a difference there. I like to go over here and do it from my very first scan, which the first one I did was on January the 22nd. And that's a huge difference. That is a massive difference there in the scan. Huge difference there as well. Yeah, still got, a long ways to go. Still got to lose that belly for sure.
Got to lose those love handles, but man, that is a huge difference. Okay, so I went and historically plugged in all of my previous measurements from the old machine, and this is what we're looking at here. So here you can see my first weigh-in was on January the 7th, and I was at 83.8 pounds of skeletal muscle mass, and today, on March the 17th, I'm at 90 pounds of skeletal muscle mass, so a little over 6 pounds of muscle gained in that time. And my body fat mass, on the 7th, I was at 86 pounds of body fat, and today I'm at 58.4% pounds of body fat. And then the next one is my overall percentage of body fat. So I started out at 36.8% body fat, and today I'm at 27% body fat. So just shy of a full 10% body fat lost. I think I've managed to do true body recomposition here. Did I say that right? Body composition? Body. I think I've managed to do true body recomposition here. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of that. Here's me literally counting down the seconds till I can break my fast. Oh, there it is. Let's break it. Boom. And here's what we're having for lunch. Again, 8 ounces of hamburger patty. There's a cup and a half of white rice on there, and then some mixed vegetables. And Dawn said this is why I get to eat out of the Christmas trough, because these plates are not big enough for this here. So Christmas trough is fine. Just be better if I had a clear one, maybe. All right, no surprise if you followed me at all. 2 caramel rice cakes, unsalted peanut butter, and sugar-free dark chocolate chips. That's my snack. All right, it's now about 5:45. Haven't been doing anything other than just sit around and enjoy the afternoon with my wife, watching a bunch of shows and stuff. Been a really lazy afternoon, but I'm going to get out and I'm going to get my second workout done. Again, it's just going to be a walk. I'm going to throw on my audio book, Finding Ultra, and just walk for 45 minutes. Sunday, rest day, so nothing mega, nothing super. I'll check in whenever I get back. Catch you then. Okay, there we go. 45 minutes, 2.36 miles, nothing major. 283 active calories, 377 total calories. Stayed in zone 1 the whole time. So for an active rest day, because we got such a long walk in this morning, still able to do quite a lot just with walking. And, if you're following my results, y'all, you can't argue with the results. You just can't argue. And I'm not injured. I'm healthy. So no reason to change anything. Alrighty, folks, it's about 8:50 now. Let's go ahead and wrap up for the day. Show you how we did. 1,200 calories on the dot, 132 exercise minutes, 17,180 steps. And you saw the workouts that I did today for an active rest day. Go out to MyFitnessPal and I'll show you how I did on food. 1,768 calories, so still a little higher than I've been eating, but I gotta be honest, man, I wanted to eat even more. Been so hungry. The only thing that I ate that I didn't show was I did have a chocolate protein shake, and I ate one more plain rice cake, and I ate some turkey sausage sticks. So again, 1,768 calories at this point. I started fasting around 7 o'clock, and actually I'd started fasting around 5 p.m. and then decided I was too hungry and ate again like 6:45. So restarted my fast at 7 o'clock. That means I can break my fast tomorrow at 1 for an 18-hour fast. And then last but not least, we just got to come out and make it official for day 63. First workout done, second workout done. Took my progress picture earlier. 10 pages. There's my 2.5 gallon of water drank right there. Followed my diet. No cheat meals. I don't drink alcohol. So for me, no social media. And just like that, day 63 is in the books. Less than 2 weeks to go. So yeah, really simple day today. Even for an active rest day, though, I still got a ton of steps in. Feel good about that. I think that there's so many people out there that approach this challenge and really overcomplicate it and burn themselves out. If you just look at the method that I've chosen, like I said earlier, the results speak for themselves. And I'm not hurt, I'm not injured, which is something that happened to me my first time around. So I'm really happy with how this is going. I've got less than 2 weeks to go. So tomorrow is day 64, and I'm excited for it. And actually, I'm actually really looking forward to the strength training. So it feels like something's starting to shift there. And that's exciting as well. So thank you for being here. If you've watched this far, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for commenting, liking, subscribing, interacting with my videos in any way. I hope you come back here tomorrow for day 64 of 75 Hard as I get back to my regular schedule.